Hello, welcome to an episode of Sean Talks, and today we have Yan Ting here with us today.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yan Ting, what do you do for a living?
I run a digital marketing agency called 11 August Media.
Okay.
And so that's my full-time job. On the side, I also create content for restaurants, and I like to eat for passion. So that's what I do. I do content for food.
So whatever you're doing, in a way, are all related to like digital marketing, social media marketing.
That's right.
And is that what you actually studied back then?
Actually, no.
Okay.
I studied optometry during my poly days.
Optometry, as in eyes optometry, spectacles and stuff like that.
Yeah, so very
Okay,
different.
so that's a very drastic change.
That's right. And then for uni, right, I studied management in general.
Oh, that's very generic.
So I can venture into operations management, marketing, etc. Yeah, very broad.
I see. And I understand from our years of friendship, because I've known Yan Ting for quite a period of time, right, that you were in Singapore Airlines, the cabin crew.
Yeah.
I would say that your life is quite interesting and eventful in a way, because you started off as optometry.
Yeah.
Then you went to a very generic course in event management.
Yeah.
Then you went to SQ.
Yeah.
After that, you started your own business doing digital marketing.
Yes, a lot of changes along.
Yeah, a lot of changes along the way. So what made you want to, switch around from optometry to management? Because to be honest, right, correct me if I'm wrong, a job as an optometrist can be quite fulfilling and is quite rewarding as well in terms of financial aspects and even human relationships. So what made you not continue that?
Okay, actually I practiced optometry for around 2.5 years.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say I'm a serial job hopper because I stayed in that for 2.5 years, but because I was young back there and I was confined to a clinical kind of environment. I was in the eye clinic.
Okay.
So I felt that, I can meet more new people, I can do more things for myself, I can learn more new things. So I decided to venture out, and at that point of time, right, in terms of salary wise, it was okay enough for me, but I felt that, maybe I can push that a little bit more as well with the kind of qualifications I have.
I see.
Back then I was only having diploma. So
Okay.
I was thinking, maybe the next better option would be SQ. 10 over years ago, easily we can fetch about 4 to 5K.
Oh, okay. So for one of the changes, because you feel that you can do much more, and the opportunity for Singapore Airlines just came knocking, and you decided to just...
Actually, no, it didn't came knocking. I went to look for it.
Oh, you went to look for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
And that was quite some time back, I would say, where are the criteria to join very strict, or...
Yes, I would say it is. It hasn't changed along the years.
Okay. And how long were you at Singapore Airlines?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
So after 7 years, you decided that enough is enough, and you decided to just leave Singapore Airlines.
The reason why I left Singapore Airlines is again, so back then when I ventured into SQ, right, for optometry, it's because of money.
Okay.
But after that, right, I realized that for me to get out of SQ, it wasn't about money anymore. It was about, being too comfortable in that comfort zone for me. I wanted to again,
challenge yourself.
Yeah, see whether my potential can be maximized.
Okay.
Yeah. And also a change in stage of life.
On a scale of 1 to 10, because seriously speaking, I think that I love to travel, and I'm quite sure many of us do, right? Being a cabin crew really opens up your eyes to different countries, different type of cultures and stuff like that. But like what you mentioned, the career can be quite stagnant to a certain extent.
And it's very rigid.
Oh, it's very rigid.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think that been there, done that, that's it?
Yes.
Enough. Explore enough.
I felt that I stayed a bit too long.
Oh,
But it's okay, no regrets. I think in life, right, everything is already destined for you.
Fair enough. And I'm quite sure that you've made many friends and have many precious memories that you can actually look back upon.
Yeah.
And now that you run your own business, digital marketing, do you encounter any culture shocks along the way? Because I would think that when you first started your own business, your income is zero. It starts from zero to a certain extent.
Yes.
As compared to having a fixed salary from Singapore Airlines, or even prior to that, being an optometrist as well.
Yeah.
What made you do the switch though? Because it's really a very courageous move from at least a stable 7,000 all the way to start from rock
What made me
bottom.
make that switch? I will say sometimes circumstances that you cannot control.
I see.
After Singapore Airlines, right, I joined I was doing some other things with my friend. After that, I joined a tech startup, and then I was retrenched from that job.
Okay.
But when I was still in that job, right, I was already in a way freelancing, doing some social media leads generation for clients. Yeah.
Okay.
So am I starting with zero income? I wouldn't say yes, 100% yes, but it's definitely a pay cut.
I see. And I think that's very, very courageous of you, because a lot of people will tend to, maybe in your early 30s or late 20s, you tend to be very comfortable, able to travel the world, 7,000, 8,000 salary, you just that's it. I'm happy. I'm happy where I am. But for you to take the leap of faith to do a career switch, right? I'm sure you encounter many culture shocks also.
Yeah.
Were there any point of time where you felt like giving up?
Actually, no, because I would say, right, okay, so having no options is actually a good option.
Okay.
I was telling you that I was retrenched, right?
Yes.
It was not within my control, right? And then actually at that point of time, I was already at crossroads. Should I venture into my digital marketing full time, or should I not? Or should I just hold on to this day job because it gives me a very good safety net?
Yep.
4-5K per month. Then at the side, I can like venture and for another 4-5K.
Fair enough.
But because it's like that, like
Life's just like that.
and it was just before COVID. So can I just say, like, sometimes when you don't have a choice, like, you need to venture out. It's like someone is telling you, hey, you just need to take that leap of faith. Yeah. You just got to do it and try. Don't think so much.
Okay. What are the 3 things? Because I'm quite sure many people out there perhaps are stuck in a limbo. They do not know whether is it right to take a leap of faith or is it just stay at the current job. What are the 3 advice that you will give them, like in order for them to make the decision? You see?
Okay, I feel that maybe the first thing they need to ask themselves is what is their motivation to be starting their own business, or to do their own thing, to be self-employed. Maybe like to be insurance or even property agent. They need to ask what is their motivation.
Okay.
Who are they doing it for? Because sometimes some people, they may not be doing it for themselves.
Fair.
Maybe doing it for their parents, or maybe my girlfriend asked me to do so, my wife asked me to do so. So asking yourself, is it for yourself or is it for someone else? The thing is, right, you need to also question yourself, is your personality suited to be a self-employed or a business owner?
Okay.
Because some people, right, they are so used to, okay, I'm used to an environment where I'm being told what to do and I like it that way.
Yep.
I don't want to be taking initiative to tell myself what to do. Should I be waking up at this time?
Yep. So you have no self-control or little self-control / discipline to a certain extent. Okay. So for those people who are actually looking to do a career switch from like an employed to a self-employed, thinking that, the potential is there and stuff like that, ask yourself these 3 questions that will give you a checklist on whether you should or you should not. So if someone wants to do what you're doing for a living in terms of like digital marketing, right, what will your advice be for them? Because nowadays, digital marketing, correct me if I'm wrong, because you are the expert in this area, a lot of people are talking about leads generation, digital marketing, or your SEOs and stuff like that. It's a very hot market, I would say.
Yeah.
I came across many different, I would say, agencies or companies doing something like that. You have been in this digital marketing for the past how many years again?
4 years.
For the past 4 years, and I'm sure they encounter many different challenges along the way. For those people who want to do digital marketing, what would be your advice to them?
I think if boils down to where do you want to learn, you need to identify the skills gap.
Yeah.
And where do you want to learn it? So one thing is you can join a company and then say, I want to apply for this job as a digital marketer, and then you learn from there. Because I think in terms of the scope of digital marketing, it's very broad, right?
Yes.
Maybe you go to a company and then you started off with social media, but they want you to do EDMs and all that. Yeah. So you can use that channel to go and learn. But the thing is, you need to ask yourself, do you want to be employed or self-employed?
I see.
Yeah. And then so that's a skills gap, right? Then I feel it is very important, right? Maybe say if today, be it employed or being self-employed, you need to start off somewhere, right? By testing on your own. Okay, so maybe I go back to my damn show. The reason why I even do this is because, yes, I like to eat. Second thing is, I need to start off somewhere, right? I can be possibly asking my clients, hey, you pay me this fee per month. I do reels for you, but I have no experience at all. So you need to start off somewhere with a portfolio.
Okay.
I think a lot of people, right? Yes, they don't have the skills. They try to find it somewhere, but at the same time, right, they are quite reluctant to get it started on their own. Yeah, and the easiest way is to what? Open a TikTok account, open an IG account, get started like what you're doing.
Furthermore, it's free.
Yeah, correct. So what if you make mistakes? The view count is not going to be that high for a start. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about.
For sure.
So for anyone who wants to venture into digital marketing, right, they need to have a portfolio somewhere. And the portfolio may not be like, the results that you get for clients. It can be just as simple as like, starting off on social media, creating content, putting out reels there.
I see. And this lead generation thingy, right, is such a big thing in recent times. Insurance does it, property does it, car sales are all talking about it as well. What are some things that many consumers, they do not understand about? Because to a layman, is, for example, I'm just going to a digital marketing agency or whatnot, right? I'll just say, I want results. But what is something that they tend to neglect or they don't realize?
Maybe I take an example from your industry.
Okay.
So for as you know, because of compliance and MBS regulations, a lot of agents are also venturing into lead generation. And I realized, right, a lot of them, even the veterans agents that I'm seeing, they are using the mindset of warm leads, applying that into cold prospecting. Okay. So cold prospecting is a bit like dating, right? People don't do you do girl.
Okay.
You all need to start off somewhere. Maybe don't talk right into financial planning. So talk to people's interests and then navigate and take control of the conversation to insurance planning. But a lot of people go in with the mindset that I'm going in for the quick kill. I want money first. I'm going in and asking people, hey, can I know more about the policies you buy? What is your medical history? Will you feel comfortable talking about
honestly, so it's so private and confidential to a certain extent.
So I've realized like a lot of people, when they come in to engage us as their lead generation marketer, right? They feel that they want quick results.
Okay.
And they want quick conversions.
I see.
Which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I would say lead generation is not for any salesperson who feels that, hey, I got nothing ongoing. I want to use this to boost my sales. No. I think you need to use this to boost your activity level first.
I see.
Yeah.
So this is a very common misconception that many salespeople out there, they do not know because they just want, they expect like instant and fast results. However, what you're saying is that it's actually a process.
Yeah.
It's not as straightforward as it is, right?
Yeah.
It's just you need time to really go and warm up at it. And like what you mentioned, it's not like dating someone like that, right? There's a push and pull, and stuff. Because at the end of the day, when I talk about leads generation, I understand it's all about talking to cold leads, which might take a longer time as compared to someone who actually knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's for activities, like what you mentioned. It's just for an insurance agent or another salesperson to have more activities. Yeah. So talking about your side project called Damn Shiok lah. Can you walk us through what that is at the end of the day?
So actually it's all started off with me documenting like, oh, I went to eat at this place, I like it, then I just post photos. So back then when I started, right, reels were not a big thing. It's more of like posting static images. And then as I post, right, I got like people asking me, hey, we noticed that you have a passion in food and in wines. Can we invite you down to our restaurant to have a, just to taste our food and give us a review lah?
Okay.
And I was like, hey, this is going somewhere, man. Even though my following back then is like 100 plus, right? But I'm getting like this kind of invites. So that motivated me to like post more lor. Although I haven't been very disciplined.
Okay.
Yeah, so that motivated me to post more and to like venture like what are the different formats of content that I can look into.
But would it be like just wondering, because no one has invited me to go and eat before, right? Normally I tend to go and try the food, then tell my friend, hey, this one not bad, I can go and try. Do you think it's very stressful that, you go there eat, but you still have to take picture, still have to think of what to say?
Yes, actually it is. So the thing is, right, initially when we were invited to all this media tasting, I asked my friends and my relatives now. But they don't see this as a job. They think that they are really there to eat. But for me, right, I need to take care of them because I need to ensure that the food is not cold, right? Consuming, right?
Sure.
Then at the same time, I need to make sure that I get the footages.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So after that, I never call my friends.
Because I'm just picturing like one day Lee Yan Ting asked me, I want to go for lunch, got this media tasting. For me, it's like, yes, free food settled already. Then imagine the food come onto the table, I straight, hey, let's eat. Then I straight go eat already, but hey, I haven't take picture.
You're right.
Right.
You're
then
right.
it'll be very paiseh for you also, like, oh shit, man, I'm doing a job here. Then this person, the food come only, just go and dig in now, I take picture.
And then it's not just that. So that is the case for unhosted media tasting. But sometimes, after taking all of this, right, then you got a PR person coming or a business owner coming to introduce what they have, their heritage,
so
this and
that.
Then
me also quite simple.
And then I thought I'm here to chip in.
Yeah, correct.
And go through all these things. So I realized that maybe when people come for the media tasting, right, for me doing the job and for people who come in just to, in a way, 借我他们的肚子, the expectation is not aligned. So I never call my friends anymore.
I see. But
that's the stress.
But feel free to let me know, no problem. I can always go and try one. I don't mind. I think I can talk lah, right? No problem. Take picture, I cannot. Take picture, you take. But eat and talk, that one I think I can. So next time got any lobang, you let me know. I open to any dishes. I everything also eat one. Okay, but jokes aside, you see, because many people think that being a food blogger, in a way, is very, very shiok, right? Just go and eat, eat all the free food, eat all the nice food, all the atas food, but you don't understand the behind the scenes actions that you have to do in order to make one simple reel. That cost 30, maybe last 30 seconds.
You understand that very well. Content creation. Now, you have to think of what to say, right?
Think of what to say. You
have to do the filming, you have to do the editing.
And the things that you say cannot be too generic. Everything also, this is highly recommended, I give a 10 out of 10. Cannot be the same.
When the food is nice, the content is easy to create. But when the food is not nice, right, that's the difficult part, which I wanted to share with you.
Okay. Yeah, so what if you want to share with me?
So the thing is, a lot of food bloggers, right?
Disclaimer, this is very important because if you guys, in her opinion, this is her opinion, if you happen to see a food blogger, because you confirm think, like consumer like myself, I confirm think every food so nice to eat, man. So if you're wondering the same thing as I am, which is what I am very curious about also, right? Let's hear from Lee Yan Ting in her perspective.
Yeah, so there are a few food content creators.
Yes.
They like to rate food, right?
Yes.
There's nothing against that because that is their style. Correct. But the thing is, right, sometimes when you give a very bad rating for the restaurant, right, you never think about like what are the things that you bring across to them in terms of branding. So for me, right, yes, I like to be as much as possible a food reviewer and I stopped calling myself that anymore. I just call myself a food content creator.
Okay.
Because for me, you know lah, we do marketing, we are business owners as well. I feel that, my job here, yes, I want to bring across like to let more people know about your food. It's more about awareness when I go to your shop.
Yes.
Feature your food. But I don't want to become a critic.
Fair enough, because there's a very big difference. Food content creator versus food critic.
So when I go and feature a restaurant, right, I only tell myself there's only one purpose for me to be there, which is to bring awareness for the restaurant. But whether the food is good or not, I think to each his own.
Yeah, fair enough.
The audience have to come down and try. If you think it's good, it's good.
Yes.
Not good, then don't come.
Food is very personal.
It's like personal preference.
Subjective.
Yeah, so I do not want to feel like, hey, because I think this is bad, right? I want to bring this restaurant down. That's the last thing we ever want.
Okay.
For any business, not just F&B.
And the businesses are so-called, I would say, hiring your presence to bring out the content, not to be a critic. If they want people to critique their food, they'll get a food critic to critique their food.
Yes.
Fair enough. I think that's a very, very interesting point. So how do you tell whether a food, like, happen to review a place that's not nice?
Okay, if the place is not nice, right? I will still try to find something that is nice, like maybe the environment, the service. So we amplify that.
So if you get it, you get it. By what she said, if you get it, you get it. You need to go think too much. Okay?
Yeah, so we amplify that.
For
things that's not nice, but the owner still wants it to be in the video. Yes, we just should, but we don't talk about it.
Okay.
It's like 带过啦.
Okay. If you get it, you get it lah. No need to make it so explicit. If you know, you know lah. Okay. I think something that I'm just very curious about, because I've been following your account, quite constantly, and they keep popping out. So you always use money. I saw the money thingy. Is there a reason behind it?
Oh no, actually it's just a clickbait. I got the idea from like, hey, can I give you like, I don't know, $10 to have a look at your place?
Oh, okay.
The idea came from States, right?
I would think so. Because I realized that most of our videos nowadays is started off like that, right? Just like, you should bring me
there's a lot of controversy there, which is good lah. Like comments help in that.
And I think, it helps with what you're ultimately doing.
Comments is not very nice, but it's okay lah. You are content creation, so you cannot be too bothered.
We cannot make everybody happy like at the end of the day, So I think that's very, very interesting. And I think that you have shared very, very interesting pointers, especially from a food content creator's point of view. And I think ultimately what many people don't understand is that you are being hired to be a food content creator rather than a food critic. Which people need to understand that as well. So you think, what insurance or what type of insurance do you emphasize your staff or even people around you to purchase?
Okay, so I would say for someone, especially when they have a budget, or example, say they are fresh grad, they are stepping into the society, starting off with their first job, definitely they should buy. The first insurance they should buy is hospitalization. The second one, accident plan. Okay. I can't emphasize how important it is.
Have you benefited from it? That's why you...
Accident, no. But example, say we take Grab, I forget to strap, and then maybe the uncle
jam brake,
and then I break my spine or something.
Oh, shucks. Yeah.
Example, you can claim, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's always for things that you never think will happen.
Somehow touch wood, it happens. Yeah,
correct. So I feel that accident play, like for example, we have a friend, so he went to play soccer, right? And then he hurt his knee, right? Yeah, he can claim 20,000 from it, right? Yeah. So this is something that, when you go for sports, will you think that you'll get injured for it? No, man, but it's just something that you never foresee. Correct.
I strongly agree with what you mentioned, because I always emphasize on the importance of like accident plans and even like hospitalization plans, because I always tell like young adults, like young working adults, because young working adults, they tend to focus more on making money, earning more money, trying to generate more wealth and stuff like that. But I tell them, no point working so hard to a certain extent, but you're not protected. At the end of the day, if something happens, right, due to unforeseen circumstances like what you mentioned just now, then use your savings to go and pay off. To me, it doesn't make sense personally.
And they should buy when they're young.
Buy when you're young and buy when you're healthy, because you cannot take all these things for granted.
They buy, right, it's not to help themselves, right? It's to help their parents, the people around them, so that they don't become a liability.
Precisely. And that's ultimately what insurance is about, right? Yeah. So what are the 3 things that you actually look out for in an insurance agent?
There's a lot of noise out there on social media, especially with people in sales, like insurance, property. Oh, I got this award. I just bought this Ferrari. I just bought this landed. I don't know, and all that. But actually, at the end of the day, right? Yes, it does get attention. But for me, if I choose insurance agent, right? To me, awards doesn't matter, because I'm not in the industry, Who do I know what does MDRT or COT or TOT stand? I mean, now that I work with these kind of clients, I know But if I am not, right, I wouldn't know what they stand for. So what I will look for in an insurance agent is maybe how long have they been in the industry? Because to me, right, if you're just say 6 months, 9 months, I'm not sure if you will stay long enough, and I don't want to buy something from you and then you say, hey, I'm leaving already, because it's not getting anywhere from you. Maybe my manager will take care of you. Because it has happened to me before.
True.
And the feeling is not good. Like, I support you because you are my friend, and then now you're not in the...
Pass it on to someone else.
Anyway, I also never continue that policy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the second thing that I'll look for, their branding, their personal branding. Because I feel that, now social media is a must for anyone. So if you're in sales, right, you shouldn't be afraid to put yourself out there.
But are you talking about in terms of like accolades and your Ferraris or whatnot?
No, maybe in terms of social media branding, maybe
some presence lah.
Yeah, presence, and then to let more people know about like who you are, whether you're genuine or not. Yeah, whether are you putting out information or valuable content for the consumers. I feel that tells me a lot, because if you are serious about your job, you will invest in all these things, right? Like what you're doing now, you invest in renting this studio, you bother to get guests.
There's just a social media space that I think that you should be on lah. Because like it or not, I totally agree with what you mentioned, because nowadays what people will do is they'll Google you.
Yes.
If they Google you, they don't see anything about you, not even your face. You don't have any social media presence, be it your LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You tend to have a disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, if I ask you, right, nowadays you go for appointments, you save a lot of breath, right? Because you don't need to introduce yourself that much. Maybe the person who is meeting you say, hey, it's okay, John. Actually, I've Googled you already and I saw your works.
They already know.
They know your personality, they like you, they are comfortable. That's why they bother to say, okay, I would like to have coffee.
Yeah, it gives them more assurance.
Yeah, it's your name card lor.
And I think that's something that really resonates very well. And I think you're the expert in this area because that's what you do day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then lastly,
the last thing I'll look for initially, accountability. Okay, so this thing about accountability, maybe it's very vague, very broad, but maybe the first thing that you can see in terms of accountability very easily from anybody is how prompt they reply their clients.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you will feel that sometimes, another thing about me, why I don't like to go for people who are achievers, like who got all these awards and all that, maybe they give me the feeling that I have a lot of clients, I have a lot of business. So I may not be very prompt when it comes to servicing.
Okay.
Because there are so many people to take care of, right? Yeah. So I feel that, sometimes maybe somebody who don't reply that promptly
I see.
gives me the feeling that I got a lot of things to attend to.
Okay. So someone who is accountable, at least they don't need to reply immediately, at least must have some kind of reply, right? Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. So last, before we wrap up the show, from your Damn Shook Last perspective, I think that is really, really very interesting. And I think we are very honored to have a food content creator to be on Sean Talks today. Are there anything that you want to let the listeners or viewers know?
Okay, so I feel that, a lot of times when people try something, right, maybe they try for about 1, 2 months, 3 months, or even up to 6 months, they don't see any results, they give up. But the thing is, right, I want to remind people, right, maybe the things that you do, right, yes, I may be creating content. Of course, I want followers. Of course, I want a lot of views, a lot of engagement. But if it doesn't come in this way, right, it actually can lead to rewards in another way. So maybe I just share my personal experience. So for me, right, when I put out this content, I do have people coming up to me and say, hey, Yan Ting, and they are previous prospects,
Okay.
And people that I've issued quotations to.
So from 11 August, they reached out to you, but they somehow just died down. The list just became full. Okay.
Yeah, so they came back to me and said, hey, Yan Ting, I saw you on TikTok. Now you do food content. I said, yeah, just a hobby.
Yeah.
By the way, right, can we revisit the quotation that you sent earlier this?
Okay.
It becomes like, as salespeople, right, you tend to follow and people feel that, hey, I don't need your service right now, but yes, thanks for following, but not right
now.
time. But the thing is, right, when you post this kind of content and the algorithm reaches them, right, they come back to you instead. So it's a pull.
Yeah, it's a pull factor. Somehow they got reminded of you.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I can think. That time she do the social media digital marketing one. Maybe it's time to.
And it's not just that. Even existing clients, right? They see me. They say, "Hey, now you're doing this kind of reels. Actually, why not we explore this for our pet food?"
It opens up new horizons
for our opportunities for ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's very, very interesting.
Right, so the message I want to bring across to people is that, hey, don't give up easily. You need to persevere, and then if your rewards don't come in the way where you feel that it should come in this format, it will come elsewhere.
I see. Just persevere, don't give up, because somehow or another the results will ultimately come. And as a salesperson, for both of us, it's all about farming, having opportunities.
Yeah, that's right.
Because if you are not out farming, then opportunities won't come knocking at the end of the day. Yeah. And I think that from what we have talked about today, from the start of the show to the end, I can tell that you are a very brave lady, because
I'm not a scholar, maybe I'm not a president scholar.
Because you're willing to take on different things.
I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, precisely. And this never say die spirit.
Never say die, yes. And I'm very thick skinned, so I think that's my advantage.
Yeah, precisely. And I think that's something that you picked up along the way. Yeah. So with that, thank you so much. I think we want to give a shout out to where we can we find you.
Oh, okay. So you can follow me on Damn Shook. Yeah, and then 11 August.
And 11 August. So 11 August is for the digital marketing.
That's right.
And then Damn Shook lah. Damn Shook for food content that is proudly presented by Yan Ting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you real soon.